Yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
The Hebrew Israelites come in week in and week out. Prophesy the downfall of the This is also known as Babylon according to the scriptures. But before we do anything, we're going to start by saying, Paul on your mouth.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
So all praise to the Father, in the name of his only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Good. All right. Thamashanat Kabbalah is a queen, Shah Yasharala, which is give double honors to the elders of Israel, which are the elders and the apostles of great millstone will teach you well. And watch on the one, which is peace, love to the living. You know, this is another captain that was back again about how we call it Ashar Mark. That's the Holy Spirit truth, man. You know, and pretty much just letting 2/3 of our people know that shit, the times that we're in, I mean, it's time to wake up, man. You know, it's supposed to be Romans 13, man. It's a high time to wake out of sleep, man. Yet, you know, these people don't consider. You know what I'm saying? And you even think of it, it's at work, just thinking about everybody is talking about the bullshit that goes on, but nobody's talking about the news and the things that are going on, right? You know, they and another example, we just get these new vending machines. You know, it's kind of remind me of how they're gonna start influencing and pushing out the chip. You know, they got a scan on that, they got a fingerprint on it. You know, so it's all just working towards pushing it. They want to see it, right? You know, but yet these people don't see. They think that when they see this new machine, as if it's like that. You know, and not considering the things that Esau even is pushing, right?
You know, it's real enticing. You know what I'm saying? You know, we say folly is set a great dignity. You know, so by this folly ultimately being uplifted within America, they're pushing what a greater form of technology, right? Cars that you can, Teslas and etc. You know, you can sit in these cars and just, ultimately put in GPS where you want to go, and you don't got to do nothing to lay back.
Even better. Oh yeah, copy. It drives itself.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just he makes it real enticing, man. You know, when he tries to do that, with the prophets, count our life is in Second Maccabees, man. You know, the 6th chapter. They want you brothers to give it.
This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Most High Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein." This is Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Most High Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein."
All right, so 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off, man. Why? Because they're not hearkening to the words of Yahweh Shah. You know, they're not holding themselves and moving in that upright manner that Israel's supposed to be walking in, man. You know, these people reject the Lord. No, so he's going to reject them. Well, yeah, start pushing, make it look good. That's a part of being crafty, right? And that's a crafty man, bro. You look at how people promote like car dealerships when they try to sell cars on the advertisement. This shit. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look like winning. Look at what you done. And actually go into what you done, you're gonna see that you really ain't win much, bro. Just think about it. When you know nothing about it. Make a purchase. But just think about it.
Hey, it is doing that. It's blacking out. Like the screen will black out, but it'll circle. I don't know if it still be rolling when they do that. But just keep going. I'm gonna watch it with the brother.
But yo, the car dealership. They'll give you a deal and they can say, now you gotta pay him back more than you. You know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show forth that we cannot trust the site.
You don't say you can trust him for a season, or you can trust him for a summer. You know, we're not there with something to trust him. devil's they're always looking for usury, right? This is on Sirach chapter 20.
It stopped.
It stopped.
Yeah. It just froze on my. It's back rolling, but. When that buffer like that, the whole lobster.
14. It says, the gift of a fool shall do thee no good when thou hast it, neither yet of the envious for his necessity. For he looketh to receive many things for one. He giveth little and upbraideth much. And that's exactly what these devils do. A payday loan. They tell you get $100, you got to pay him $500 when you get paid. You know?
You gotta pay him back with the interest.
Then you got to have credit just to basically become valid, you know, or approved just to receive crumbs, bro. And that's exactly what the scripture ultimately going into. You know, in the book of James, man. You know, Lazarus and the rich man, right? You got the nation of Israel, 2/3 mainly, Negroes, Latinos, and natives. You're constantly going the crumbs of these devils, man. You know, but lo and behold, when you look at how they're gonna push this, the MOTB, right? When the famine comes, they're gonna push things that's gonna be real enticing to you, but guess what? It's gonna bite you in your ass, man. You know.
Right, and who exactly are they going to use, you know, for those things, man?
Hey, what's this right?
It's about 20.
These so-called celebrities, you know, so-called social media influencers, you know, so on and so forth. They're going to make this thing, you know, look as if it's so enticing, you know, that you can't do anything without it. That's going to enhance your abilities.
That's the scriptures speak about those false pastors. That's false leaders. You know, these wicked leaders, man, of Israel. You got your LeBron James, you got the T.D. Jakes, you got your Nathaniel, Nate, you know, you got all of these guys amongst Israel who what? The multitudes uplift, man, but nobody is seeking the power of Israel, man. Nobody's seeking the lowly men of Yahweh, right? That's what the Lord is. Yep, that's what the Lord is on dealing with, man. You know, say, blessed are the meek, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. It said,
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 6. It says, for though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if the wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded.
He shall be nothing regarded. You know, just adding up to the point that the brother just made. You know, they exalt these people like LeBron, you know, so on and so forth. But if they don't have the wisdom of Yahweh Shemina or Shada, hey, that shit is nothing regarded. They hold no value. They hold no weight. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, the thing that they're striving for, man. You know, everything that they have is all vanity. When you go to Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, and it speaks about Solomon, you know, running the necessities, all the vanity and vexation of the spirit, man. You know?
How the saying go? Everything that glitter ain't gold. Everything that's physical glitter. You gotta get on that spiritual side if you want some gold, bro.
right, because this is the true riches, man. That's what about in Romans 11 and 33.
Hey, y'all brothers gotta speak up.
You know, the riches are the scriptures, man. The wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and everybody doesn't have that. Everybody doesn't possess it. Until Romans the 11th chapter, man. You know, it says what Israel's seeking, what he obtained or not. Just roughly paraphrasing, but the elect have what obtained it. You know, only the elect are going to come into grasping this truth and knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. It's not for everybody else, right? Which I had some more on that all this. He only says verse 15, Sirach 20 and 15. It says he giveth little and upbraided much. He opened his mouth like a crier. Today he lended, and tomorrow he will ask it again. Such as one is to be hated of the Most High and man. And everybody, man, that's why it says what the beast shall hate the Lord, man. You know, man. Now he's being seeked out. Now he's being sought out. Now his lies are ultimately being uncovered. You know, he can't hide no more. He can't hide who he is. You know, it's plain. The scriptures say, the vision.
It says,
Today he lent it, and tomorrow he will ask it again. So he ain't give you no time to, you know. He's straight on point with it. And tomorrow he will ask it again. Such an one is to be hated of the Most High. Amen. And that's why the Lord has a perpetual hatred. To the earth, you know. And so all things again, he even thinks that he can constantly run test upon the nation of Yahweh and run away with that scot free, you know. But little does he know that trail of blood is ultimately running after him, man. And it's almost his time to lay down and drop. You know?
I can run a test. It's a movie called Old. Just to give an analogy. You know what I'm saying? You saw him, he always wants to run tests and try things, man. This guy's a mad scientist, man. On the movie, you know, he goes out and he picks maybe like 10 people who all have, you know, disabilities or whatever the case may be. And he's put on an island, and the island, it fucks him up. But the whole point of me bringing this up is that the whole time they were there, he saw he was making potions and, you know, whatever. Potions, what's the kind of this word? Antidotes and witchcraft, you know, so on and so forth. Yeah. You know, of things to try and cure them, man. You know, just to go and show forth that, man, this guy's a mad scientist. You know? Takes it for a game.
You look at all the drugs that this devil got. All the drugs for years. All for years, centuries. This devil that conjured up all drugs and ain't nobody been healed yet. Why is that? The same reason why they wanted to kill Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah was the only one to come with true healing, man. You know? So they look, he was amongst the doctors. You know, Yahweh Shah was going through healing people, man. Laying on their hands by them having their faith. You know? So that's also what this devil wants to cut by way of what? You constantly going to him and taking these so-called drugs, man. You know, he wants to give you those potions and have you go back to him to where you don't have that same faith that you did in the Creator that you did before, man.
He wants all the trust in him.
Yep.
You know, in the book of Job, it says that Esau was a forger of lies and a physician of no value, man. Mm-hmm. You know, trusting in him, you're not going to get that proper remedy, you know, to be healed, man. You know, rather than coming to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know, getting this word and getting strengthened, you know, by brothers on. You know what I'm saying? You know, but with Esau Edom, it's always it's straight cons with him, man. There's no pros. You know what I'm saying? Death. You know? But what are you
Book of Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
All right, so a wise judge will instruct his people. And you know, Esau Edom. A wise judge, just look at how everything is set up, man. You know? Look at how this world is being ran. You know, you got homosexuality at a fucking rapid high rate. You know, you got, it's just all fucked up. They had an article that said that the ocean had an STD. You know, it's only things like that happen when that devil is in power. You know, it just goes to show what we need him out of this. You know?
Verse 2, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
All right, so that's kind of like you said, birds of the flock together, man. Whoever's in that policy, he's going to set out order and it's going to trickle down. You know, so likewise, we see him, he's a fucking homosexual, man. We see he goes around shedding innocent blood. You know, they call him the Bordeaux wickedness. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you're going to see everything, all the, let me see what's the word, the detail, the description.
This is a carnal man. This man goes totally out the flesh. Right. These devils can't be spiritual. Look it up. Look, bro. Look at the new nigga. They say grab your ID. You go
It's Second Ezra 15 and verse 6. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at 5. It says, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, and destruction.
Why? Because who's in power? Esau, man. We have to get this devil out of the policy, man. And somebody could get
wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
It's all over, bro. There's no hiding this, man. You know, when you have a madman like Esau and power, man. You know,
you can put the whole thing being wickedness. It tell you that they declare their sin as Sodom and they hide it not. You know, so it all origins back to who's pushing off the vibration and mindset to these people, man. You know. The devil, like your mindset, how they cause all, they call it blind, right? I believe the scriptures in Hebrews can tell you at least there'll be any vile, profane, or fornicator than Esau Edom. And then he wanted it back. He wanted it back ASAP, but he hadn't sold it. So it even showed you, even on that line of how Esau Edom is going to basically do business, right? I believe this is the Yeshua, right? I believe the brother Yeshua was going into how do all these things, sit down at the table of the ruler, consider diligently what is placed before you, man, and be not one that is given to overmuch appetite, man, and desire not of his daddy meat, because you want to throw it up and see soon that the words that Esau Edom gave you were not profitable words. Soon you're going to see that things that he fed you were not what he seemed.
And you just when ultimately reality sets in, and you see everything that the prophets were saying, how this place is soon to fall, right? How it's going to be all chaos throughout the four winds of the earth. What are you going to do then? You know, because you trusted in these devils because you look at just how you got these foreigners that come to America. You know, these are the nations that come to America because what? It's it speaks about in Revelation, what is this royal city? It's beautiful. You know. Place, no, it's no other place like here to go in this place, and everybody sees America's shame, you know, city of unwalled villages, right? When Yahweh Shai gets to bringing, you know, great destruction, more death, all right, the brother was reading, you know, the pestilence, the plagues, we'll see this. You know, which the men of the Lord, whereas you don't want to, you know, gravitate back towards Yahweh Shai. Hey, the blood is off our hands, man. You know? In verse 4, it says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor ceased? The gold, like we said, the golden city ceased. You know? You got it right.
Oh, yeah. How had the oppressor see the golden city? How has you know, America got the defense system. You know, they boast upon this place, man. You know, he exalted himself, and everybody else exalted him. You know.
I'm saying?
Yeah, God. I'm saying, I forget it's like Proverbs 18:10. Before destruction is the Holy Spirit. Yeah, kind.
I got a picture for you.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, this guy, he's going to be so taken out. That just lets you know that his destruction is coming soon because
Revelation 17 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the
Esau, you know, with the doctrine he pushes out, you know, with everything that involves Esau, these people were engulfed in, man. You know, and when you're engulfed in something, it's like it overtakes you, man. He can pass you, man. You know,
You ain't about a sacrifice, bro. You tell somebody that they gotta put something aside and sacrifice, they ain't fucking with it, bro. But Esau, they gonna whatever your heart desires. Have at it, bro. That's what people want it.
You know, but yet he still put on it, I'm gonna go cry bitterly, Lord. Why? Bro, the Lord knew your inward parts from the beginning. He knew what he created you to be. You know? He created you to be a servant. He created you to be crafty. Right? He created you.
you question him, like, you fucking want to sacrifice. Yeah. It just goes to show forth his craftiness, man. It's been this way, man. You know, in the book of Ecclesiastes, it says there's no new thing under the sun, man. You know, so Edom is going to be that same canal. Certain that he been from the beginning.
So it says, and the woman, being what America, right? That whore, right? That says, and the woman was arrayed. So it's giving you it's basically breaking down who that woman was, right? So it says, and the woman of the precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of the abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Right? So what? When you read, when it tells you say that she was a what? She was a raging person, right? Symbolizing what? Some power. Who said? Who royalty, man. You see? Hey, what this is Isaiah 13 and verse. This is Isaiah 13 and verse. Let me see. Is it 19? Yeah, 19. The glory of kingdoms. It says the glory of kings, man. The highest king there is, man. The one that is up above them all, man. Yeah. It says the glory of the king, because you got many kingdoms, right? But it's one that glory of them all, man. Right? Because the rest of these kingdoms, right, which are those that would fall subject to America, the ones that's causing this place to be ran, right, being NATO and the EU, right? It says the glory of kingdoms and beauty of the Chaldees, which is Esau, Edom. The place here is well, what the beauty of the excellencies, man. Right? This place here is the one that is striven above all other kingdoms and countries, man. You see? Because what? It exercises the things of what? The first beast, man. You see? Says scarlet color, which when you read also in Revelation said a scarlet color beast, which the scarlet representation of the sin, right? So it says It says, Salakia. All right, kind of says scarlet cover. No, well, it's going. It's going in and out. It's going though. You got it. Yeah, you got it out.
America with the abominations, the filthiness, you being driven away by the flesh, the lust, all of these things you partake of the destruction to come. Yep. That's what these devils did tell you. What you know about wine, when you drink wine is sweet. It's sweet and feel good for a moment, but when that shit hit you, you drunk off of it. It's gonna hit you, and that's how the destruction is gonna hit this place, man. Out the blue. The Lord said He gonna come like a thief in the night, man. He gonna send all of the destruction and things, or warfare. He's gonna send these things when you're not even looking for it, man. Because you steady consuming more and more wine daily, man. And the wine ain't talking about no wine. The philosophies and the doctrines that got the people drunk, man.
To redeem the time for the days of it, man. To be vigilant. This is why. So we won't be a partaker of the indignation that the Lord is going to come with, man. So this day won't overtake us, as a thief in the night, man. In 1 Corinthians it tells us, the coming of the Lord, man. It's not going to overtake us as a surprise. All right? Why? Because we have this spirit of prophecy. We're paying attention, man. We're constantly looking at the signs and the wonders, man. Letting us know that we get
eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom.
Which is God, man.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Most High. How?
All right, so we're going to destroy this grass up here. Ravens won't pitch 10 here. You know what I'm saying? And the brother could get Revelations 18. It was 2.
Verse 1, it says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us."
And this is going back into 2/3 of our people. It's going to be a big sifting process. We read about it earlier in Zechariah 13th chapter. Shall we say? It's going to be a big sifting process, man. The Lord did not order that limit. You know what I'm saying? Getting the people who are not right out. That's why we must examine ourselves daily. Least we be in the faith. All when we continue and endure, man. Because man, shit, the world is not easy. We're vexed constantly.
Especially being in a society or a generation where it's easy for you to go off. It's easy for you to go off. Brothers know well damn better to be going out with a that's some shit that you just not. Ain't doing, but why we must remain circumspect. The scriptures say all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man. The sinners are you Negroes, Latinos, and natives that haven't turned back to Yahweh. You the ones that don't want to receive correction. You the ones that don't on the table, you know. So we're not gonna see it coming, you know. Because you people constantly think that it's a game. You constantly think that America's just gonna continue to go on forever, man. You work throughout the week, you party and bullshit on the weekend, and Monday morning it's back to reality. Man, this is not the end. You know, this is not a what life constantly consists of, man. We're in the last seconds, man. You know, the Lord is about to usher in the new kingdom. What do you like? These are the things that the same problems of old have most before you people about, man. Same times that we're living on, you know.
Place has to be obliterated before Usher, man. More important second Ezra, you know, before chapter, man. You know, this place has to be destroyed. And it will be destroyed. It's inevitable. You know?
This is Second Ezra 7 and verse. And this present life is not the end, where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come.
That's right. For you know, Yasharallah, man. You know, it's the end of Esau Edom, man. You know, and like it says, I think it's 6. You might have to grab it real quick.
This is second Ezra. This is second Ezra chapter 6. And verse 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow it? And he said unto me,
all right, so it says when. So when are we going to have these indicators to let us know when that particular time is coming, man? You know? Go ahead.
It says, he said unto me, Abraham unto Isaac when Jacob saw him.
All right, what does this symbolize, man? You know, us bringing down, you know, these slavery. You know, and just think about that, just think about it, you know, in a physical aspect, you know, you're grabbing on somebody here. Let's say they don't. Yanking their ass down, and we're going
because spiritually this place is already obliterated. You know, the scripture say the vision is yet before an appointed time. We already got the vision. We already understand that this place is through, man. You know, things are Yahweh Shema Shah is constantly working things within the heaven for the elect. You know, so physically, so it says for Esau is the end of the world. Who is Esau? Esau Edom is the self-proclaimed white man. All right. It says in Jacob, all right, forefather of Yasharallah, all right, the Israelites. It says it's the beginning of it that followed it. The hand Ezra's exiled to it,
you know, bro. Jacob is the beginning, man. Why? Because once we get that kingdom, you know, we ushered in, you know, Yahweh Shah, everything is going to be a whole completely different ball game compared to what we're in now. You know, everything is going to be set up in its natural order and right balance, man. You know, and then basically going back into Luke 16, that great gulf fix, man. You know, the proper roles of how things are supposed to be, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom, he's not going to hide his perpetual hatred for us. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be out in the open. You know what I'm saying?
This is Isaiah 62 and verse 10. This is Isaiah 62 and 10. It says, Go through the gates, prepare ye the way of the people, cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people.
Right, lift up a out to the people, man. We have to do this, man. You know, through the spirit part of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. You know, Esau Edom is not going to lift up the standard. If anything, he's lowering that motherfucker. Because look, shit, he started the gang violence, you know, and so on and so forth. He started all these things to make Jacob, you know, basically go straight from Yahweh Shem Shah, man.
Yeah, you further the affliction.
That's right.
Yep, hey, and it tells you, it says to prepare you to wait for my people. You know, like the brother was going into when he read that Jacob held Esau's heel, basically. This is also letting us know, man. Prepare standing in the gates, the words of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. They say to gather out the stones. That's the breaking down and putting down the strongholds, man. You see?
Scripture says it's a time to what? To build, it's a time to throw down. You know, there's a time that the nation of Israel was what you can see, got upon us. He gave us the breath of life. That's how we are able to tell you things to come. How can this devil set up a standard if the standard was never given to him? You know, the ways of Yahweh Shem Shah has never been given to these devils, man. Look, you know,
all the peacemakers, man.
Right.
Esau Edom isn't the peacemakers, man.
Yep.
Matter of fact,
and real quick, in Matthew the 5th chapter, you know, it's a beautiful point. You know, blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers, right? Esau Edom can't make peace with Yahweh. He wasn't given the law of peacemakers because what? Yahweh Shem Shah turned our back for a period of time. You know, he turned his back to us for a period of time. It says until they will acknowledge their wrongdoings, man. And according to Revelation, Esau Edom in the kingdom, they won't.
Look at Isaiah chapter. The book of Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10.
Yeah, man. Malachi, you know, cause Esau Edom the border of wickedness.
He deal unjustly.
Israelites, he ain't gonna deal justice. Scripture tells us that when he constantly beat Jake's back loose, Isaiah 10.
Unrighteous decrees. But no,
Look at Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness.
All right, that's really the point I wanted to hit on. Yet will he not learn righteousness, man. You know, Esau was, bro. Keep hitting on this point that, bro, this guy is wicked. There's nothing good that can come from him, man. You know?
It says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly.
Deal unjustly. He won't judge the situation with equity. You know, we see that now, you know, all the time. You know, when you got Jakes getting hit with the slammer X amount of years. You know what I'm saying? But you might do something, you know, and it's a different outcome. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna deal unjustly. He's not gonna handle a situation, you know, and judge it righteously, man. You know, he's not gonna use that proper equity, man. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, it says that in Isaiah 14 that he ruled the nations in anger. Matter of fact, you grab it. Isaiah 14.
Hey, and it tells you in the scriptures, you know, it say that when he speaketh over lie, man. You know, so that's another reason. Hey, because what? There is no purity that lies within Esau Edom, man. He doesn't have a pure heart, a pure conscience. The scriptures say to the pure all things are pure, but to the unrighteous and defiled is undefiled, man. You see, so Esau Edom is profane and he's he's a defiled being, man.
Right?
Right?
That nigga ain't got a right bone in his body.
Yep. I'm gonna read this precept real quick. This is Sirach 34 and verse 4. It says, "Of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing is false, what true can come." You see, say of an unclean thing is a lie. Everything that he do is a falsehood, and it's of abomination, because he himself is an abomination, man. You know, he himself, with his mindset, you know, everything about him, right, is contrary to your. To destroy this person, man.
You're gonna tie in right into the Isaiah 14, man. You know the Lord has to get this guy out of here, man.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 5. It says, "The Most High Yahweh had broken the staff of the wicked, and the with a continuous stroke is persecuted and none hindered." God. Verse 6. "He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke."
All right, we see that. He constantly on our ass, man. You know, we're constantly getting oppressed by Esau, Edom. Shit. Like the brother quoted earlier, he furthered the affliction. The Lord was just a little displeased. I'm saying, keep going.
It says that he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted.
He ruled the nations in anger.
And none hindered.
Off straight emotion, man.
Yep.
Nope. Keep going.
Nope. Well, it says, verse 7, it says, "The whole earth is at rest and is quiet." This is what's the future prophecy, right? You know, this didn't happen yet. We're foretelling you. This is a great part of the good news. You know, to see this though, it's even gonna tell us, you know, how everybody's gonna rejoice. We won't just let the Spirit speak. This is verse 7. It says, "The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing." And this is when these devils ultimately gonna be enslaved, man. It says, "Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us." You know, that's people, you know, and literal trees, fucking accident, you killing their habitat. You know, this devil is a wild man. You know, you want to go some more? Verse 9, it says, "Hail from."
Oh, somebody, go back up.
Verse 8, it says, "Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying." Okay, 7. Verse 7, it says, "The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. It is peace."
Yeah, that just proves that Proverbs 29 and 2. You know what I'm saying? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Well, it's constant mourning out here, bro.
Yep.
It's constant mourning out here, man.
Brick sweating.
You know what I'm saying? We constantly sighing and crying. You know, for the abominations that are being done out here, man.
And that's why destruction is coming.
That's right.
That's why destruction is coming, and the Lord is not going to hold this peace, man. Right? The scriptures tell you in the book of Psalms 120, I believe it's verse 7. Don't quote me on it, but I know it's Psalms 120 for sure. Where it say, the scriptures let it be known. It says that I am of peace, but when I speak it, it's a war, man. You know? Right? Because with Yahweh Shem Yahushua is peace, man. Right? Right? He's coming to the whole earth, because what? The whole earth is going to be under the rulership of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You see? You say, well, when I speak it, there's a war. That's why the prophets are out, man. Right? On the highways and hedges, right? Prophesying. The only way for peace is through war, man. He ceased to deal treacherously, he shall be dealt treacherously with, man. You know? It even go as far as letting it be known and say, "Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down," man. See, so with violence shall this place go out, man. With death, bloodshed, all of the things.
Cleanse the land, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau ain't constantly shed blood.
They know that. That's why they got movies like The Purge. That's the same way the Lord gonna wipe you niggas out. Which will ultimately the main, you know, that but Esau, you done throw it in you, Joe. It's gonna be all chaos, thus said the scriptures. Yo, you got some more on that out?
I'm gonna read this real quick. This is Psalms. This is Psalms. It's a lot real quick. This is Psalm. Get to it. This is Psalm 73 and verse 6. It says, "Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, and violence covereth them as a garment." You got it.
It say pride compasseth them about as a chain. Just think about the heavy ass chain, man. It's heavy, so that means it's really on Esau, man. And when something is compassed, that means it's all around you, man. So he's engulfed in his pride, man. You know, and you can see it. You know, when you see these motherfuckers walking to a grocery store or something, man, nose poked up to now, as feeling as if he can't be touched.
Even you bum ass Edomites, bro. You Edomite that be on side of the street and shit. You got more pride than the niggas that's uplifted. You know?
It goes to show forth, man, the spirit that he's in, man. He feels as if he can't be touched, man.
Still can't tell that nigga
Still can't tell him shit, man.
You
know, but you the basis of me. You know what I'm saying? So man, that motherfucker he's low, bro.
Yep.
You know?
And they gonna ultimately hate it when you see this great roller personality. You know, everything that they did to the Negroes Latinos and Natives, you know, that's why the scriptures were their rewards shall turn upon their own heads. Yep. These devils don't know what it feels like to not eat for X amount of days. You know, to constantly have burdens on your back. To constantly go without, man. You know? They say this devil got one-time eyes, man. He got long living covetous eyes. You know? Everywhere he goes. He say he has no what do you say, not no 1 foot soul, but he have not enough foot soul. You know?
So he does not plague like other men.
Yep.
Because like going to what you're saying, you know, the whole reason of Esau even being so covetous, right, is because what he had time when he was in those mountains, when he was living amongst the rocks, man, right, like it's talked about in the like it's talked about in the book of Job, right? He was living that lowly, man. You see, so in that time, he got to think about his mass plan, man, right? His mass destruction of the earth, because well, that's what he did. Which the scriptures tell you in Revelation chapter 6, it tell you that he shall come to take peace from the earth, man. You see? It say in the book of Revelation 20 that he will be loose for a little season, man. Right? And we're seeing him being loose for this little season, man.
That little season is almost up.
Yeah.
You know?
And just to hit on that point that you made, Esau, he doesn't know how it feels. Yeah, Esau.
The basis of man. You see, he's the basis of man. So when he was in those mountains, he was going through that lower state. So he had time to think about how he was going to devise his plan to overcome Jacob, man. Which the Lord put it down for him to actually perform those things of his heart, because prophecy had to be fulfilled. It had to be able to move in that beast-like mentality, man. You see, because he was on all fours, man.
Yep. Oppression. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Hey, the scriptures tell you in Isaiah 47. I'm gonna get it real quick. That verse. Let me see what it is. Where is it? It says, oh, right here, Con. This is Isaiah 47. And verse 7, it says, "And thou saidest, I shall remember the latter end of it." You got it? It says, "And thou saidest," this is Isaiah 47, 46, and 47 and 7. It says, "And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever." You see? So, like the brother was going into, Esau Edom feeling as if who gonna take me down?
Yeah. So
No one is ever going to remove me out of my place. It say you believe that you gonna dwell as what? A lady forever, old virgin, right?
Also, we're gonna lift up the skirt on this place, and everybody's gonna see a miracle shame. That's what's happening right now. She thought that, this place thought that nobody would uncover their lies. That's why scripture say how are the things of Esau Edom searched out. You see, you can't hide that shame no more. You can't hide the history and the things that you did to the nation of Israel.
Matter of fact, it's right here. I'm gonna go up. Because when you read the beginning of the chapter, like you was going into, it say, "Sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, for there is no throne for thee." So Lord, they taking you out of your position. You ain't got it no more, man. Because that position was never made or created for you, right? You were never created to rule the masses, man. You see, because what you have not retained of the wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, right? So it says,
they will no longer be called tending delicate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go up a verse. So it's gonna tie into what your brother was going into. This is verse 6. It says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. You see, so where it say what I was wroth with my people, the Lord let it be known that what he was angry and infuriated with the nation of Israel. Right? It says, I have polluted mine inheritance. You see, it says, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy. You see, so what? Hey, when you read the book of Ezekiel 39, it tells you that that the heathen shall know that the nation of Israel went into captivity because the sin that they committed against the heavenly Father. You see, so the Lord saying, what? I gave my people into thy hand. Right?
When you jump to Ezekiel 36 chapter, lets me know, prophesy against Mount Seir.
Yep.
To ultimately give these devils their judgment. That's going to soon be played out upon his earth. Which you got a lot of people that don't believe it won't happen.
Yep.
Right? But just like it was prophesied that we would come to America by way of cargo slave ships, the same way that the Lord is soon to obliterate this place.
Right. It says, thou didst shew them no mercy. You see what the scriptures let it be known that the tender mercies of the wicked, the cruel, right? He's not merciful, man, right? And mercy isn't with him, right? He can't show it. So it says, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, man, right? So that oppression, right? It says, and said, thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter of it, the end of it, the latter end of it, right? So the Lord let it be known, you have not considered the latter end of you, and how I'm basically going to destroy you and take you down when you are seeking to fulfill your enterprise and fulfill your belly, man, right? Because the scriptures go in the book of Proverbs and tell you that the plans of Esau Edom. But I'm you got it out? I'm gonna keep going.
I got you.
You disappointed the budget of cracker?
No, not that one. It's another one, but I'm gonna keep going. It says, thou said. It says, and thou said. I shall be thy heart, and another way that he said woman forever is about what? Saying in thy heart that our house shall continue forever. We will build. But what the Lord say, I'm gonna throw it down, man. You see, so hey, it's an ending with this devil. The scriptures say that his days are determined, right? So it says,
It says, when a wicked man shall perish.
That's what I was looking for. Matter of fact, not that one, but it's another one. Say the expectations of the wicked shall perish. You see, so the things, the water, that's the spirit. The things that Esau Edom is expecting to perform and do, right, by his hand, the Lord is not going to let it come to pass, man. It says, and it is, remember the latter end of it, therefore, hear now this, thou art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, and sayeth in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. This is what Esau Edom says, man. You see? Now with me, I'm him. Goes into like that 2 Thessalonians, where he say that what he boasts and esteem himself above all that is called God, shewing that he is God.
Yeah, the scripture say that book of said that there is no God.
Yeah.
The fool says no God, but he
Yep, and he calls us what, man? That there is no God, man. That he is God. So therefore our people what? Look up to this devil, man. The scriptures say that the stripes are made for the back of fools, man. You see, so therefore that's what you niggas are going to receive, and that's what Esau Edom is ultimately going to receive. Many stripes. I say that he ruled the nations of anger with a continuous stripe. Turn upon your own spine, my nigga. Right? Watch what it says. It says,
and these devils, they not gonna like, they ain't gonna like this shit. You know, it tells us that they not even gonna repent and basically be in a sorrowful spirit, bro.
Yeah.
That's why Yahweh Shimei Shai gonna give us that. And just as the scriptures by Yahweh Shimei Shai, because he already weak. He's already the basis of men. You know, he's already what the scripture say? One coming out is strong. You know. One is stronger than the other. You know,
it says, I'm gonna finish this. It says, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Now, this is the pride of this devil. This is what this devil had boasted himself and said against the Heavenly Father. It says, but widowhood, they shall come upon thee as the perfection of the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and thou hast said, none seeth me.
Yeah, it's still running now. I got a question. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 7. Just backing you up. It says how much she had glorified herself. She said, "What I should sit a queen forever."
Yep.
Right? How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she had said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow.
And because what the scriptures say, it says that she dwelled deliciously. Mm-hmm. Hey, the scriptures also tell you how the other nations, they dwell deliciously off of this shit, man. Right? They wax rich off the backs of Israelites, man. You see? So therefore, the Lord is coming to snatch everything from you fucking heathens, man.
Right, and it speaks about that when you go further down. It speaks about how all the trading and everything's going to come to a cease, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, you finishing?
Yeah, I got a little more.
Okay.
This is verse 8. This is the point. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai who judging her, man. And what the scripture says in 2 Corinthians 16, man, a fire is sent, who may quench it? When the Lord send these plagues, the pestilence, the famines and things of that nature to destroy America and destruction, who's gonna stop it? You know, who's gonna be the one to say, give the Lord a recompense for it? You know, scripture tell you what, your riches profit down the dead of the Lord. You can't buy cherished sheep. You can't buy more time, right? What it says in Job 14:5, man. You know, that your time is ultimately numbered. The days of Esau Edom is determined. You see, your days are numbered with thee. The Lord has a boundary, therefore it cannot pass, man. You know?
Hey, what he told King of Babylon, he said, many, many to kill up harass. See, your days are numbered before you, man. You ain't got long, and that's why he gonna come down with that wrath. He mad. He's in fear right now, man. See, so what Esau even is going to do, being a carnal man that he is, he's going to panic, man. He's going to panic, and he's going to react out of fear and anger, man. Because ultimately, this devil doesn't fully understand and know what he's up against, man.
And he knows what he's up against, but he got so much pride to where he fools.
He got
to think that right. When it says they are in fear, but they thus yet fight, the Lord got to put the spirit in their weak ass to go up against them. So like to go up against him. You know, thus said the scriptures, bro.
Yeah, that's why I say
everybody want to talk about God, but when we go into the scriptures, and God goes out the window.
You know, and that's why I say he don't understand. Who he playing with? Because what the scriptures say, the Egyptians
have committed fornication and lived illicitly with her shall be well hurt, man. You know, so when you got all of these other heathens, because you got to keep in mind, these heathens know that this place is on its way out, man. Esau Edom know that this kingdom is on its way out, man. That's why the destruction of America will be done on the country.
They're gonna watch it far up.
You know, it says they. It says that they shall bewail her. Damn, I didn't even know it. It says that they shall bewail her and lament for her, which when they shall see the smoke of her burn.
A voice. Yeah. They have the power here to voice their fucking opinion, man.
You got these sluts having what's that shit before they get married? We can't even be valid on that point and say one more last time. Because they doing shit when they get married. So say one more last time. Roll on in their mouth and go to the birds.
Yep.
You know, behind closed doors. With their mamas that's not married and they taking raw.
Fucking weddings. Hey, because they're already defiled, man. And if we were living according to the scriptures wholeheartedly, fallen because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord to provoke. Huh? It's not on?
It's rolling.
Oh, it's on. I'm gonna read it again. This is Isaiah 3 and 8. It says, "For Jerusalem is ruined." How is Jerusalem ruined, man? Right? By what? Of the philosophies and the mindset of these people, man. How they're what? Far gone from Yahweh Shah, man. That's what caused them to be ruined, right? It says, "For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord to provoke the eyes of his glory," man. You see, so the actions are not displaying what fear and love for Yahweh Shah, man. So therefore, Jerusalem is ruined, and we see it. The scriptures say, "What their dead bodies shall lie in that great city called Babylon." Right? Our people are Sodom and Egypt. Right? Our people are far gone, man.
I got one back. Speaking of Israel, Holatier, that was full of people.
Yep.
How is she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations and princess among the provinces. How is she become tributary? She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her. She, among all her lovers, friends have dealt treacherously with her. They have become her enemies, man. So it's letting it be known straight to the forefront. These other nations don't love you Negroes, Latinos, and natives. You know, it says no, there's no one to comfort them. But who's laid up that comfort for the nation of Israel? Yahweh Shah, right? But yet the only one he returned. You know, it's just that simple. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 10. It says, "Standing afar off for the fear of of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon or America, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment."
Freezing out. It's rolling. It's rolling out, but
it's uncertain.
Yeah, I'm about to watch it real quick. Y'all got it.
Read the verse 10, or you want to jump out? All right. This is Revelation 18 and 10. It says, "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come."
So they're going to be shocked, you know, that this place is finally out of their power seat, because they were deemed as if they were so, you know, impeccable. You know what I'm saying? As if their defense system was just at an all-time high. You know, so seeing this place be destroyed in 1 hour, they can be like, God damn, you know what I'm saying?
This place got to be destroyed, because which we've already been put back into remembrance. We got to go back to our natural states, right? You know, being locked up, caged up, to control, you only subject to this, you know, which we got to keep in mind. That's what we get. Ultimately, it's punishment, you know.
This book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11.
It says, go back and say it again.
It says, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever," bro. And that's backing up your point. Bro, ain't nobody expect.
Ultimately, these people, they don't want this place to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
They say they enjoy sin for a season.
Come on, man.
These niggas constantly, they giving themselves false hope that this place is gonna return back. That's why they're conceding to everything that these devils push. You know, the more these devils say this is what you gotta do, you take this journey, because they feel like this place is gonna go back to normal. You know.
Continuing on, it says, "And their dwelling places to all their generations." Backing up the point you just made, basically, they want the place to go back to normal because they think it's gonna be passed down.
Right.
But that ain't the case. Continuing on,
Jake continue to so like Jake can fit here, man. They feel as if we hear another 100 years, blacks gonna be on top.
Generational wealth, they say.
Yep.
Generational wealth.
Black owned business. Even might got you niggas trick bag with that black owned
business shit, because what every Jake be bugged the fuck out. They come up to brothers and be on some, do you own a business?
Yeah.
Do you, what you got going on in life? You a bum. That's what they do, man, because they feel as if they're successful in this place. They feel as if they made it in this place, man.
Because these devils have pushed what the status quo is, right? Quote. You know, they push what the so-called status quo is. But what about the status quo according to Yahweh Shem Yahushua? You know, where's the fear in? Where's the faith, right? Where are those that's laying down their lives daily to be found blameless or without spot when Yahushua makes their return?
Because what these people fail to realize is we come from a nation of kings and priests. Hey, scripture says that when you in life and what it's really supposed to be, then you will see the amount of hatred that is supposed to be shoot toward this person, man. The scriptures tell you in the book of Sirach, it talks about he that wicked with the eye working evil. Scriptures going forward and saying that with flattering words, these people are so far gone because what they were given over and not caused to be virgins, man, right? And not virgins in a physical sense, but virgins in the spirit, man, being purged and pure outside, man. In verse 17, it says, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us, man.
Eyes failed for vain help. When they went in, come on, let me on in there. Shit, open that door, nigga would have knocked off.
Yeah.
You know, the same thing when it's time for these niggas to eat. Bro, they gonna be putting all kind of shit in your food, giving you things sacrificed to idols, giving you shit that you're not supposed to eat. And they understand these.
Yep, they love it. That's what continue on time. But the Lord said he left a remnant. And that's what changes the narrative of everything, because if it was up to 2/3 of our nation, we would be here.
Just like when Yahushua first came on the scene.
Oh, we would be destroyed. You see?
Shit. Unless the Lord has saved them,
to be saved, man.
At least the Lord has shortened the days for the elect's sake. You see? I got it real quick one. This Psalms 101 and verse 3. It says, I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person, man.
Yep.
You see? Because the wicked is far off from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You heathens. Esau, Edom chiefly, and you 2/3 as well, man.
Yep.
When you go, you ultimately see how King David was like, I'm not gonna be like these niggas. You know, I'm gonna set my heart right. You know, I want to walk according to thy ways, man.
And even when before I sin and light my eyes, man.
At least I be like these niggas.
Yep. Hey, I have one for y'all real quick. Where it talks about I forgot when it was. It say is it 37? If any one of you brothers know, I can't really remember it. It talk about how they that keep not the commandment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I thought 37 too, but I don't see it. But fuck it, it's a lot. Y'all got it. I got it right here. No,
it's a priest. I got for his judgments. Talking about the ultimate judgments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, for he had judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and had avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. See? You want to break it down? It says, for truth and righteous are his judgments, for he had judged the great whore and did which did corrupt the earth with her fornication and had avenged the blood of his servants at her hand.
So it said, judge the great whore, man. He's his judgment has to come. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got to pay for that, man.
Yeah, because the Lord tired of sparing you, bitches.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said I'm long suffering.
Yeah, I'm long suffering, but he's tired of sparing you, motherfuckers, man. He said, I have long holding my peace. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. That's right. What he said? He said in the book of Ezekiel, I will no longer prolong. You see, hey, man, the Lord is done waiting. He's done, but he's done and tired of allowing Esau Edom to triumph for a time, man. That's why I say that the triumphant of the wicked is short, man. You see, I found that precept though. This is Sirach 10. You got it out. This is Sirach 10 and 19. It says, "They that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love Him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed." Yeah, you got it.
I'm slacking. Go read it one time.
Yeah. The 19 it says, "They that fear the Lord are a sure seed."
Or a sure seed. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed. So then what are they going to be doing? You know, holding themselves diligent. You know, showing forth their faith and ultimately receiving their salvation. Keep going.
Real quick, what it's saying, Jeremiah 2, I planted thee a noble bond. So now Yahweh Hashem Yahshua ultimately restore nobility back to his men. You know, in these times.
Yes, next verse.
Damn.
Not the verse, but the next part. Let's go into that. It says, "And they that love Him an honorable plant." Right? The only way that, you know, once what he's saying, the only way that you love the Lord is what? To show with action. Yep. Right?
Because the Lord got a vessel of honor and a vessel to dishonor.
And that's what it's telling you. One is to honor, one is to dishonor. One is going to walk according to his ways. It just told you those that love Him are just going to be what? Dishonorable, man. Corrupt. Walking in deceivableness and wickedness, man. Now you got to go. That was it. Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death." See, you know, wherever the lot may fall, but we still get that glory, man.
Yeah, but we still got the victory, man.
Yep, the victory. So like not the glory, the victory. Yep,
yeah, what they tell you in Revelation, it said being beamed up and looking down. Over the beast and his image.
As it just spake, the only way to get the victory, right? The first Yahushua had to die for you, and you had to be able to receive his word, man. You know, and his word wasn't important to you heathens. You know, fucking heathens could be grafted into this, man. You know, you go grab. You go grab yourself. For the elect only. Even Israelites, as the brother opened up with the Zechariah 13 and 8. 2/3 you're gonna be destroyed, man. Right? Because you weren't able to receive the testimony of Yahushua, which was the spirit of prophecy. All right, you didn't hide yourself. The power of Esau Edom.
By doing that, you show forth that you local. You know, like, you know what this was say, the same shit I know dead by pain.
That's what's coming to the earth.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all was asking us? I don't know. So with that being said, we go over in this video, you know, it was edifying. Shalom.
Shalom.